Hey, what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and today I'm going to be bringing you a neat little exploit that I have seen. It was released today on the 25th of September by Mr. Gas, so big shout out to him for this. But this is going to show you all how you can play every PlayStation Vita game on the PlayStation TV. So in case you don't know, the PlayStation TV does not play every Vita game. Reason being is that there are some games that do require the touchscreen or the touchpad or the camera on there, which obviously the PlayStation TV will not have full support for. So they end up blacklisting a lot of these games. However, this will allow you to play any Vita game that you have. Now, I don't think this is going to work with downloadable games unless you force load it on there somehow, but this is going to be at least on the Vita cartridges. So there are going to be a few things that you need to pay attention to, and this does seem like a bit of a harder exploit. It really isn't. It is kind of complex, but honestly, if you pay attention, it's easy enough. So go ahead, watch this one time through if you're going to be doing this, and then I recommend watching it a second time as you do it. But anyways, what you want to do is go down below to the description of this video, and I will have links to everything available. The first thing that you will need here are the exploit files. So you need to download the zip file, right click it, and just go ahead, extract the files here. I'm not going to have them here just sitting on the desktop, so I'm just going to go ahead and fix that, put them in a folder. There, I just want to be neat with that. Also, you are going to need to make a new Gmail account. I recommend making a new Gmail account, just make a new one. And you will also need Mozilla Thunderbird, so everything can be down below in the description. Now, what you want to do is, first off, when you make your Gmail account, let's go ahead and update everything on there. So you're going to want to go ahead and come over to your account right here that is on mail.google.com. You want to go over to your settings right here, and then you want to go over to forwarding and pop/IMAP. You want to enable pop for all mail and enable IMAP and hit save. Now once that's done, you can go ahead and exit out of your browser right there. And what you want to do now is you need Thunderbird. So go ahead, install Thunderbird, and sync up your Gmail right here. So you just add your Gmail account, just do the default settings. You really don't need to change anything. When it asks for IMAP or POP3, just do IMAP. And then you want to make sure your inbox loads in. Now currently I don't have anything in my inbox, as you can see, but it is all synced up. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on your inbox right here, or not the inbox, but the Gmail account. Then you want to hit the 3 bars, go down to File, go to Open, Saved Message, and you want to find the folder that you just extracted your exploit files to, and you want to find this writer.eml file. You double click that, it's going to open up this new email right here. Now here you want to go ahead, go over to Message, edit as new message, and the only thing you want to change is where it says to, you want to put in the email address that you are currently using right now, so you're going to send this to yourself. Now once you go ahead, put in your email address, just keep everything else the same, hit send. And once that's sent off, you can go ahead, exit this, and as you can see, I have one new email in my inbox. Now we're going to send ourselves a second email. So what you need to do is go over to Write, again, email yourself, and now what you want to do is attach a file. So you want to click Attach, and go ahead and add this file right here, which is listlaunchvita.dat. So you want to go ahead, open that up, and now the important thing is you need to change the subject line. So I'm going to paste this in, and this will be down below in the link that I found for this, but also at the same time, it's going to be available in the description in case that link ever goes down. But you just want to go ahead, copy and paste this, or you can type it up exactly, but it has to be UR0:game/launch/list_launch_vita.dat. Once you have that set up, you want to go ahead, come here, right click, select rename for the attachment, and rename it #0, and hit OK. Once you have that renamed, you want to go ahead, hit send, and let that send off. Now, as you can see, we have both these emails right here. Once we have that, we can go ahead and exit out of Thunderbird and now go over to the PlayStation TV. So now that you're at your PlayStation TV, make sure it's hooked up online, and this is where the exploit starts to take place. First off, you need to go ahead and go into the email application, and then add your Gmail account, the one that you just created and sent your emails to. Now when you hit OK, it's going to go ahead and check for everything. Just go ahead and wait for about a minute or so. It does take a bit of time to add your account, but there is going to be a prompt on here that will ask you for yes or no for your contacts. Just go ahead and hit yes, and then wait for it to complete. Now, once your email is synced up, you want to go ahead, go to the first email that you sent, and just obey the instructions here. So just go ahead and hit X on the picture, and when it says cannot display this image, do not hit OK. Hit the home button, and then hold down the circle button to close out of the email application. Then once it's closed, go back into the email application and re-add your email the same as last time. Just do the same email address, the same credentials for your password, and go ahead, hit yes when it asks you for contact info. Now when it comes to your second email, go ahead and load up the second one that was available, go to that picture and hit X on there again. Here when it says cannot display this image, you can go ahead, hit OK, and you can exit out of the email client as normal. After that, go ahead and boot up any game that did not work on the PlayStation TV before, and there you go, they'll now boot up. Now, every game should work on here, but here's the thing, just because they work doesn't mean they work. And what I mean by that is every game on the PlayStation Vita, from a cartridge at least, will now boot up. That's not the issue here. The issue is there are some games, for example, Tearaway, like the game I'm showing right here, they will not work. Tearaway, for example, heavily relies on the PlayStation Vita itself, the actual, portable system and everything. So right here, when it loads up, it does throw an error and it crashes out of the game. However, there are other games on the year, plenty of other games that did not work with the PlayStation TV that work flawlessly with it now. One of them being Wipeout 2048 right here, for example. Now, this game does require using a touchpad. However, here is something that you can do. If you go ahead and hold down the home button and you go down, enable the feature use touch pointer in games. And if you have a DualShock 4, you can use the front-facing touchpad to replace the touchpad on the Vita itself. Or if you have a DualShock 3, you could hold down the L3 and R3 buttons to act as, left and right hand. So you are still able to do all the touchpad functions. However, the touchscreen, it will be kind of iffy on there. Touchpad, some things might be iffy on occasion, and anything that requires a camera, you will not be able to use. I don't know about mic support though. Now, honestly, another thing that has impressed me the most with this exploit is, guess what? It is kind of permanent. And by kind of, I mean, I don't know how permanent it is, but I tried turning off the system, turning it back on multiple times, doing full reboots, exiting out of the games and all that, and everything seems to work fine. If you exit out of a game, you don't have to reperform the exploit to go into another game. And from what I've done, if you turn off your system and turn it back on, you don't need to perform the exploit again. And if you do need to do it again, it's easy enough because you just sync up your email again and you're good to go on that front. Now, in case it matters, I'm going to be monitoring this and I'm going to see if it is patched or not. But in case it does matter, I am running system version 3.52. So hopefully this is not patched, because honestly, there's nothing malicious that is coming from this exploit right here. I'm not sure what else can be done with it, but at least enabling all Vita games to play on your system, there's nothing malicious about that. So I'm not sure how well it will get patched or if it will get patched. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone.